Well, after the euphoria of last night, Yankees go right back at it tonight. First game of a 3-game set against the Chicago Cubs. Final series of the first half of the season for both of the teams. So the Yankees have taken the field. Carlos Rodon taking his warm-ups, and we're taking a look at the Cubs starting lineup brought to you by Stop and Shop. Nico Horner at second base leads off. Kyle Tucker in right. Seiya Suzuki in left field. Cleaning up, the catcher Carson Kelly. Pete Crow Armstrong in center field about fifth. Batting sixth, playing shortstop Dansby Swanson. Justin Turner, the DH, bat seventh. Batting eighth and playing first base, Michael Busch, been red hot. John Birdie, former Yankee at third base, will bat ninth. And Chris Flexen is going to make his first start of the year. He's been pitching great out of the bullpen for the Cubs. And for the Yankees, it's the All-Star Carlos Rodon making his 20th start of the season. 9-6, 3.30. Many more strikeouts than innings pitched. Let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report.
Well, you said it, Michael. Congratulations. Added to the All-Star game today. That's his third time in his career, first with the Yankees. And you got to forget about it. Coming off his worst start of the year Saturday against the Mets. That 7 runs that he gave up was a season high. And still his best. I'm much more of a complete pitcher, but his slider is still something. Batter's only hitting 124 against it.
How about the Yankee defense? Brought to you by your local Tri-State Chevy dealers. Dominguez, Bellinger, and Judge left to right in the outfield. Peraza, Volpe, Chisholm, and Goldschmidt third to first. J.C. Escara gets to start behind the plate. Ben Rice will DH, and Rodon is on the mound. Horner is ready. Rodon is ready. And let's do it here in the Bronx. First pitch, a strike, we're underway. Paul Clemens, the home plate umpire. Ramon De Jesus at first. Quinn Walcott at second. The crew chief, Adrian Johnson, is over third. Given out to left field. On the run is Dominguez, and he runs it down for out number one. Time for the keys to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Well, best of the year. We talked about it a lot in the pregame, Michael. What a great win last night. You got to use that momentum as you go right into this series, but you got to slow them down. Cubs are leading all of the major leagues in runs per game with over 5. And Weaver closing with a question mark. You know what? Devin Williams has thrown well back-to-back nights. Weaver pitched well on Wednesday, but you probably won't see Williams tonight. Just have to wait and see.
Here's Kyle Tucker. Lined and a base hit to left field. Tucker, an all-star, picks up a single. He's having a great year after being traded here from the Houston Astros. Now you have to watch him because he's got 22 stolen bases. Let's check out what Paul Clemens behind the plate is about. He's pitcher friendly in his 6th big league season. More low strikes, more inside strikes on lefty batters. And your name's Clemens, you have to be pitcher friendly, right?
And you got to call inside strikes because that's where Rocket like to throw, up and in.
The pitch to Suzuki is a strike. 77 ribbies for Suzuki. Only Judge has more. Oh, 0-2. Cubs 55-38. And they lead the Central by 2 games over Milwaukee. The Yankees 52-41. They're second in the East to Toronto. Toronto is in West Sacramento to play the A's this weekend. That's Craig Counsell, second-year manager of the Cubs. One and two.
Well, Suzuki played 9 seasons in Japan. He won a couple batting titles over there, 5-time All-Star. Then came over here. This is his 4th season. He's already at a career-high 25 home runs so far this year. So it just seems like the offense is rolling here in Chicago.
And he goes down on strikes.
We talk about that good slider. When he can get ahead, he can just bury that down and into righties. And you'll see this a lot. Swing and a miss. Good job by Escara to keep it in front of him.
There's Carson Kelly. He has really improved his offensive game this year. He's always been a good catcher. and the offense lagged, but not this season.
You see a lot of guys that have really turned it around. I guess, you know, when you say hitting's contagious, it shows up here in Chicago. It just seems like everybody is swinging the bat.
Tucker on first, held there by Goldschmidt. 2 men out. One and two. Let's check out the FanDuel's live same game parlay. Judge, will he hit a home run? Goldschmidt, a hit. And how about Rodon getting 6 or more strikeouts? He's got 1 already. Two and two. Paul mentioned third All-Star selection, made it in 2021 with the White Sox and 2022 with the Giants, and now here with the Yanks. 3 and 2. So Tucker will go 3-2, 2 outs. On deck, PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong. Ground ball. Chisholm knocks it down. Regains, fires, got him. And that'll do it. No runs a hit and 1 man left. Cubs nothing, and the New York Yankees coming to bat. Taking the field, and Chris Flexen taking his warm-ups, and we'll take a look at the Yankees starting lineup, brought to you by Stop and Shop. Dominguez, Judge, and Bellinger. They're at the top. Rice, Chisholm, and Goldschmidt. They're in the middle. Ascara, Volpe, and Peraza. The bottom third. Rodon 2 and 4 in his career against the Cubs. Chris Flexen, 17 games. This will be his first start. 5-0. The numbers are very good, especially the ERA. Let's check out the Nissan Pitcher Scouting Report.
Well, it's his first time out. He's his first start of the year. You look at those great numbers, a .083 ERA so far in the bullpen. So not overpowering, though. He averages 92, 93, but very effective. Hitter's only hitting 122 against his fastball. And not you again. Lifetime numbers against the Yankees have not been good. A 9 ERA in 4 games. Aaron Judge has taken him deep twice.
So Flexen will deal to Dominguez, and there's a strike. Flexen signed to a minor league deal with the Cubs in February, called up on April 30th, and he's pitched well since being called up. Cubs have had their share of injuries in the starting rotation. That's why Flexen's getting a start. This is not an opener situation. He can give them 65 pitches, so it could be 3+ innings, 4 innings. 2 and 1. Now, he pitched 3 seasons with the Mets, and in those 3 seasons, he had an 8.07 ERA. But he lost 50 pounds and retooled his repertoire. 3 and 1. Then he pitched in Korea in 2020. Came back to the States the next year, and has built it back up where he's been pretty effective. Bat goes flying. Wow.
Mike, I don't know what is causing this, but we have seen more bats leave players' hands at the plate this year than I ever remember. Oh, ended up in the dugout. It'll hit you right in the back of the head.
Thankfully, that netting is up. And the count is full on Dominguez. Flexen deals. Strike 3, they punch him out. He did not think that was a strike. Take a look at the Cubs defense, brought to you by your Tri-State Chevy dealers, Suzuki, Crow Armstrong, and Tucker, left to right in the outfield. Birdie, Swanson, Horner, and Bush, third to first. Carson Kelly behind the plate. The veteran Justin Turner, the DH. We talked about flexing on the mound. That'll bring up Aaron Judge. He's 3 for 6 lifetime against flexing. Obviously a small sample size, but 2 home runs. Had his 7th walk-off yesterday since 2021. That's tied with Alex Verdugo and Jorge Alfaro for the most in baseball. 3-0.
If you told me you had a list of 3 guys at the top of walk-offs, I don't know if Alex Verdugo would come right to my mind. Huh?
Or Alfaro.
Yeah. Aaron Judge would.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
See if they green light him on 3-0. And say he went around. Guess he did. So Judge won the game yesterday with the sac fly, his 78th ribby of the season. 349 career home runs. And he works a walk. Game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. 81 degrees. It is a perfect summer evening. And here's the former Cub, Cody Bellinger. 15-game hitting streak, his 2nd one of the year. Cody had a great season with the Cubs in 2023. Not so much last year. And the Yankees really were able to acquire him for a song. 1-1.
It's a good song, Michael.
For them, it's been a great song so far. See what he did in 23, and last year the numbers did drop. OPS close to 900 in 23, and then 751 last year. Two and 1. His OPS this season is 806. That's on base percentage plus slugging. 280 batting average. Judge leads off first, held there by Bush. Two and 2. Great defender for the Cubs in center field. PCA tied for first in the big defensive categories with Cedon Rafaela of the Red Sox. He's 15 outs above average and 14 defensive runs saved. Again, tied for first in the majors. Fly ball. Crow Armstrong is there. 2 down.
You saw the reaction. Cody Bellinger saw 2 back-to-back curveballs up in the strike zone. Both of them pretty hittable. That one, he just got around and just popped it up.
So there's Ben Rice. He had a good at-bat in the Yankee comeback in the 9th inning yesterday. High fly ball left field. Suzuki bat. Still bat. And he's on the track to make the play for the final out. No runs, no hits, no errors. One left, nothing. Major League Baseball is taking over Atlanta with the game's biggest event. The action begins with the T-Mobile Home Run Derby on ESPN July 14th at 8 p.m. Jazz Chisholm's going to be part of it. Then catch the 95th Major League All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern on Fox, and Jazz will be part of that too. Here's Pete Crow Armstrong, the starting center fielder in the National League for the All-Star team.
I was talking in the pregame with you, Michael. He was a defensive guy. He's only 23 years old, only his third season. Obviously a first-time All-Star this year. Big first-round pick with the Mets back in 2020. But, boy, he has turned into something here this year.
Well, the scouting report that I got on him, he swings at everything.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's like 8 inches out of the strike zone, and he puts it into play.
He's getting three jabs at it because he doesn't go down looking very often. But you look what he did last year: 237, 10 home runs. All right, is he going to maybe hit a ceiling here and get better and better? Well, all of a sudden he has jumped forward with 25-25 going into the All-Star game.
Let's check out leaders brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. He's second in the majors in WAR behind Aaron Judge. The trade deadline's coming up, and this is a cautionary tale. The Mets traded Pete Crow Armstrong to get 2 months of Javi Baez. Then they didn't re-sign him, and this guy has blossomed into an all-star. So you have to be careful when you make those trade deadline deals. Swing and a miss. And there have been so many of those deals, Paul. Jeff Bagwell for Larry Anderson. I think the Red Sox regret that. Doyle Alexander for John Smoltz.
He just kind of run something down and in after those sliders away, confusing PCA at the plate.
Swanson fouls it back.
I figured I had to meet him today before I threw the nickname out there today, PCA.
Yeah.
You get on first name basis real quick.
Did you meet him?
No.
And you still PCA?
That's
him?
right. I walked by the clubhouse. I thought that was close enough.
Nice.
You threw me under the bus there. Just thrown it right out of me.
Well, people in Chicago call him PCA.
That's right.
Do you know that you actually have a connection to Pete Crow Armstrong?
And
his mother, Ashley Crow, was the mom in the 1994 movie Little Big League.
Oh.
That's the one where 12-year-old Billy Haywood becomes the manager of the Twins, and you made a quick cameo and get robbed of an extra base hit with a great catch against the wall.
Yeah. Let me tell you about that filming, Michael.
Okay.
So, it's baseball. It's a baseball movie. Well, we filmed it like in December in Chicago, so it's freezing. And people in the stands, have muscle shirts on and T-shirts making it look like it's summer. But, those shoots take for hours. Literally, I'm not lying. It's 30-some degrees out there, and you're trying to act like it's summertime. And, the ball wasn't carrying, so my ball got caught at the fence.
Swanson down looking, and now he's looking at Paul Clemens.
Well, what was the scouting report, Michael? Pitcher friendly, huh?
Yep. That was very friendly. 3 strikeouts for Rodon. It was the veteran Justin Turner. And a strike.
Unless they bring in another right-handed bat, Justin Turner is going to be very important to this team in the second half because, he is one of the right-handers. He lines one into center field.
Cut off there by Bellinger, and he will hold the 40-year-old Turner to a single.
But if you look at their lineup, you got Tucker, you got Pete Crow Armstrong, you got Bush, some of their better hitters, all left-handed. So, you know, they could be susceptible to a tough lefty unless Turner turns the season around or they bring in another right-handed bat. Nice play by Bellinger to keep him at first base.
Bush swings and misses. I was talking to the play-by-play broadcaster of the Cubs, John Shambi, and I said, well, what are they looking for at the trade deadline? He said, well, probably a right-handed hitting third baseman, starting pitcher, and a couple of guys in the bullpen. I said, that sounds very familiar.
That's it? Huh?
One and one on Michael Bush, hitting .353 in his last 33 games. So Bush shared National League Player of the Week honors with Zach Wheeler, with 3 home runs last Friday against the Cardinals. Had 21 home runs last season, but had 18 this season.
He must be blowing out at Wrigley this year. You know that? That could be the best hitter's ballpark or the worst. It all depends on the wind.
Swing and a miss. Rodon rings up 3 strikeouts in the inning, and we'll go to the bottom of the second. Pinstripe Pride brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. And tonight's picture is from Joshua, who brought his 7-year-old son from Alabama to his first game at Yankee Stadium. Hope it was worth the trip. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and mention, yes, in pictures you post to social media, reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. Here's the All-Star, Jazz Chisholm Jr. And a strike. One and one. Jazz was 4 for 11 in the series against Seattle. One and two.
He broke up the no-hitter last night in the 8th inning, and you know, it was kind of a cool thing. As good as Wu was, you know, he went over and kind of tapped him on the backside, and Jazz did the same. Wasn't a cheap hit, well hit.
Well, yesterday's game, the last time the Yankees won, when they were trailing by 5 or more runs in the 8th inning or later, you have to go back to 2016 against Texas. Holds off, and the count 3-2. Also yesterday, it's the first time since 1977 that a team that was being no-hit through 7 and trailed by 5 or more runs won the game. Jazz calls time. Bottom of the second, nothing. Cubs with 2 hits. Yankees did not pick up a hit in the first inning, but they did get a walk. And the payoff. And another walk. This one, a leadoff walk to Chisholm, who has 10 stolen bases, but has not had one in a while. Now, Justin, I know that Aaron Boone was kind of asked in a nice way, do you really want Jazz Chisholm in the home run derby?
Yeah, and I think a lot of that focus was on Jazz's beat-up shoulder that we found out about within the last week or so. But Chisholm said in the clubhouse before the game, the shoulder is not a concern because he doesn't feel anything when he swings. It's only when he's out there on the field throwing. But he said as far as the entire derby approach, he's not practicing for it at all, just wants to have fun. He said that his stepfather, Jerron Sands, is going to be the one who's going to have to practice because that will be the one who will be throwing to him in the derby. Sands has thrown to Chisholm all of Jazz's life in the Bahamas, so there's a lot of comfort there. That's who Jazz wanted to have throw to him. He threw to him in his Bahamas derby that he runs for charity each offseason. And he also talked about whom he thinks presents the biggest competition, Michael. He named names. He said Atlanta's Ronald Acuna Jr. and Pittsburgh's O'Neal Cruz are the biggest threats for him.
It's a field of 8. And Jazz is right in the middle of it. Goldschmidt fouls it away. What do you like in that ball?
You know what? I gotta, if Jazz doesn't win, I gotta hope that O'Neal Cruz does. Just to keep the name in there,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. I hear you. As Goldschmidt down on strikes, the hometown player is going to have all the love from the crowd. That'll be Ronald Acuna Jr. Got some juniors in there. Jazz Chisholm Jr., Ronald Acuna Jr., Junior Caminero. There's J.C. Escaro. Want to know? Scar has ditched the beard. Much more clean shaven. Now he has a newborn baby, and you see all these videos on social media. If a guy has a beard and all of a sudden he shaves the beard, the baby doesn't know what they're looking at.
Yeah, I remember some of the players that were traded over here with big beards, and then they had to shave completely. Said my kids don't even recognize me anymore.
Line drive, right field, and right to Tucker. That stayed up there. 2 down.
For little as time as Escaro gets, he has a really nice swing. I mean, this ball was possibly in off the plate. He ended up pulling his hands in and just lining it to right field. Kyle Tucker, one of the game's best defensive right fielders. See how many he just pulls his hands in there and just gets through it. That's a great swing.
There's Anthony Volpe. Volpe scored the winning run yesterday, but had another rough day at the plate. His first 68 games of the year hit 249. His last 24 games hitting 116, so overall he's at 215 now. And he was 1 for 12 in the series against Seattle.
You're looking at Jazz at first base, and Carson Kelly, you talked about how much he's improved offensively.
John Birdie will lead off the third. John Birdie was actually on last year's World Series team. Got a few starts at first base against lefties in the postseason. And he looked like a natural despite never playing a game there before. And he was just hurt most of his Yankee tenure. The Yankees really liked his game, but he signed a 1-year, $2 million deal with the Cubs in January. He can run. Led the National League in stolen bases in 2022 with 41 for the Marlins.
I remember him coming out of the box that night with that calf, and then he re-injured it. But, you know, he wanted to play. He was a great fit here for Aaron Boone. I remember Aaron Boone talking how much he liked him, and just kind of lost the year with that calf injury.
35 years old, 8th big league season, 3-1. 3-2. Up the middle and through for a base hit. So Birdie with a leadoff single. Well, witness the future in present tense as net Summer League action continues on Yes. Sunday night, see Brooklyn's new draft picks take on the Washington Wizards in Vegas. Coverage begins at 8 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. So third hit against Rodon. Now here's the top of the order with Nico Hoerner. On one. Hoerner hits from the center field. Bellinger back. One down as Birdie goes back to first. Well, Kyle Tucker was the apple of a lot of teams' eyes when Houston knew they weren't going to be able to sign him to an extension before he became a free agent. Ended up trading him for Isaac Paredes, Cam Smith, who's turned into a heck of a player for Houston, and Hayden Wesneski. Put together a great season. He's going to be 29 in December, and if he does not sign during the season with the Cubs, he will be probably the most sought-after free agent during the offseason. You see where he ranks in the National League in all the important categories. He's a special player. Great command of the strike zone.
Yeah, Michael, he's just one of those players that, you know, checks all the boxes. Defensively, offensively, runs the bases, plays every day. Fourth time in his career is going to the All-Star game. First time as a starter. So, I mean, he is just putting together a pretty good resume.
That was some pick by Goldschmidt, saving Rodon an error.
It's kind of a quick flip over there, but yeah, a quick flip and a nasty hop for the first baseman.
Tucker's from Tampa. So let's just say he signs with the Yankees, he gets 6 more weeks at home.
Well, that's a selling point, right? You get to spend spring training in your own bed.
Runner goes. And down goes Tucker, and a stolen base for Birdie, no throw. And that'll bring up Suzuki. And we're cooking up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. Much better hitter on the road than he is at Wrigley. More home runs. Now he has more RBIs at Wrigley. Struck out in the first inning. There's a strike. Now he's usually the DH, but getting a start in the field with Ian Happ having the night off. Popped up, drifting back, Jazz Chisholm, and he puts it away for the final out. No runs a hit, 1 man left. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd. Optimum Fiber. Get Optimum, the fastest fiber internet. Don't take slow for an answer. By your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. And by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. All right, so one of the things we saw that, do you like deep dish pizza?
No.
You don't?
It's too thick and oily. I like Billy Joel, though. I like Curtis Mayfield, too. But yeah, the pizza's not a contest. It's New York style.
Well, I would agree, but you can't compare them because they're different dishes.
Yeah.
Grounded to 3rd. Beautiful backhand step by Birdie. The throw to 1st. Not in time. Peraza beats it out for a leadoff single. What a play by Birdie.
Yeah, it certainly was. Peraza, good wheels, got out of the box, and thank goodness he did, because Birdie made kind of an in-between hop, slid into it, and got rid of it quick. That's when you start talking to your legs. Run faster. You know it's going to be close. You saw the last thing, Billy Joel. That is such a shame. And you wish him the best, obviously. But, that concert was set to play here in Yankee Stadium.
And today, they gave away Billy Joel bobblehead. And, I mean, there were lines around the stadium very early to get that bobblehead.
Yeah, I just got delivered one to the booth. When you look back, he played the first rock concert in Yankee Stadium, the old Yankee Stadium, in 1990. He did back-to-back shows, I think.
Some news on the home run derby. Ronald Acuna Jr. has been scratched from the derby, and Matt Olson is replacing him.
So Jazz doesn't have to worry about Acuna.
That's right. But Olson still gets the hometown benefit.
Crowd. And I'm kind of anxious to see some of the younger players, because they'll go 100% and just try to launch every ball, where some of the guys have done it before.
That's ripped into right center field. It's a base hit. Peraza going to 3rd. The throw is cut off by Swanson. And Dominguez with a single. Yankees are set up 1st and 3rd. Nobody out for Judge.
Well, Dominguez has been so hot over the past couple of weeks, well over 400. He just continues to have good swings. Hanging breaking ball, just lines it into right center field. Peraza knows nobody's going to get it, can easily cruise into 3rd base. Get back to the derby, Michael. I mean, a lot of the players that have done it before, you know that you kind of have to pace yourself. Some of these guys are, just trying to hit it out of the stadium every pitch, kind of run out of gas before it's over.
Judge. Check out where Tucker is playing, Paul.
Yeah.
I mean, the entire right field is open for Judge. He is in right center field. 1-1. The left fielder Suzuki close to the line, and Crow Armstrong is a little bit more shaded toward left center, but Tucker, wow. I don't see teams play him like that.
Well, a lot of balls that Aaron Judge hits to the left to Tucker towards the line end up in the seats.
Ball gets away. The runners stay put. Yeah, maybe they're thinking that, Paul. If he hits it to right, it's going to go.
I know one thing. That a little line drive over the first baseman's head's going to take him a while to get over there.
And Dominguez would definitely score.
We talked last night. What is it? Was 10.5 seconds he can get
10.1.
Yeah,
from 1 to 1st to home. He goes that way. Tucker, a long run toward the line, and he hauls it in, tagging Peraza. He will score, tagging and going to second, Dominguez. So it's a sac fly for Judge, and it's a 1-0 Yankee lead.
Well, Kyle Tucker is such a good outfielder, but this is kind of an ill-advised throw. Really no chance on a dead run to try to throw Peraza out at home plate, and then it allows Dominguez to go into second. You know, you reverse pivot. Sometimes when you're running, you don't exactly know where you are. But by advancing there, now you got another runner in scoring position.
79th ribby for Judge. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Paul. If he's playing a normal right field, he might have a chance to throw out Peraza on that fly ball.
Much easier to stay behind the ball and have everything going towards the plate. And you know, in right field, you know, it's so shallow in Yankee Stadium that you do have a chance as a right fielder much more often here than you do in other stadiums.
Timeout by Bellinger. Bellinger with a fly ball to center in the first. He has a 15-game hitting streak coming into this one.
Well, he took it to the wire last night with that great at-bat late in the game.
High fly ball. Tucker back. He's on the track. He's at the wall. See ya. A 16-game hitting streak, a 2-run home run, and it's 3-0 Yanks.
Cody Bellinger is 14th of the year, bit his old teammates here.
Longest hit streak of his career. Rice to left field. Suzuki makes the play.
The 12-6 is kind of sits there. Cody Bellinger waits on it, gets just enough to get it into the seats here in Yankee Stadium. Tucker went back like he was going to have a shot. But second or third row. It's almost like in the middle of his swing sometimes. He can see he can pull the ball or go the other way.
It's got to be such a good feeling for Bellinger. Essentially, his trade to the Yankees from the Cubs, it was a salary dump. And it's a 2-run home run against him.
You remember when he went from the Dodgers? I mean, he signed extremely late to go with the Cubs. He was one of the guys that, you know, you thought were going to be anywhere he wanted to go, but it was a weird market.
Three and one on Chisholm, who walked in the second. Yankees with a 3 spot. Here in the third, they lead 3-0. Strike 2. There's ball 4. So Flexen, who comes into the game with a 0.83 ERA, he's given up 3 runs in this inning. And here's the pitching coach, Tommy Hotovy, who talked with Flexen. So they're trying to get 4 innings out of Flexen. Right now he's at 53 pitches. Give him about 65 to 70. Hotovy looks like he could beat somebody up.
Yeah, he's not the old-fashioned pitching coach. You know, he's got his arms out. He's all ready to go.
Yeah, he's not Art Fowler. So here's Goldschmidt. Foul back. Goldschmidt struck out in the second. Oh, and 2. Chisholm's at first, 2 men out. Held there by Bush. And a throw over. High fly ball, shallow left center. Suzuki puts it away, and that'll do it. They get 3 runs on 3 hits. The big blow off the bat of Cody Bellinger extended his hitting streak to 16 straight and extended the Yankee lead to 3. It's 3-0. Optimum don't take slow for an answer replay. Let's take a look at Carlos Rodon.
Well, he knew he had his work cut out for him against this Chicago lineup, and things have been good. 5 strikeouts so far, 3 on the slider, 1 on the fastball, and 1 on a sinking fastball. But he has shut down a great offensive team so far going into the top of the 4th.
Carson Kelly leads off. Lost 1 right side. Judge toward the line. He's there. 1 out. You notice between batters they're playing a lot of Billy Joel stuff?
You know what, I just noticed that last night, and that's something new. Do you remember music being played between pitches and between batters in the old days? It was just a walk-up song, and that was it,
That
right?
was it, yep.
Yeah, I think they're starting to add a lot more, which I'm a music buff, so I kind of like it.
Crow Armstrong takes a strike from Rodon. PCA struck out in the 2nd inning. One and 1. High fly ball, right field and deep. Going back, Judge. Leaps. And he makes the play. He took a home run away from Crow Armstrong.
Well, being 6'7" helps at the wall, too, Michael. It's not only adds power and things, but, you know, I would think Crow Armstrong thought he had this one. Aaron Judge, you didn't know immediately. Yeah, easily a home run. Almost fan interference, but Aaron Judge gets to the wall early. That's the key, where you can kind of time your jump. Great play.
Crowd chanting MVP. Hits the Swansons inside. Fortunately, that kid missed with his bare hand. Otherwise, that catch is not made. It delighted Rodon. Here comes Judge, wow, putting on a show. Yeah, can you believe it? He takes a home run away and then takes a base hit away from Swanson. First he goes back and up, and it settles into the glove. This one's a little different, coming in. Forward dive, and he makes the play. Bottom of the fourth inning, Tri-State Cadillac scoreboard, 3-0 Yankees. Little glove story there for the right fielder.
Well, I'm sure we got the T-Mobile little cam on him, right? We could show him over and over again,
absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. Putting on a show. 2-0. Driven in a run. Took away a run. Took away 2 hits. The PCA fly ball, that was out if he doesn't make that catch. 2-1 on a scar. It would be the bottom third of the Yankee order against Chris Flexen. Right back to Flexen. 1 away.
Well, obviously getting to the wall when you're 6'7" is going to give you a chance, but again, it was misplayed by the fan, thank goodness, and went into Aaron Judge's glove. But definitely a home run taken away. You know what? That's kind of my reaction too when you hit one and it got taken away from you. Whatever.
Pitch to Volpe is a strike. Fly ball right in the second for Anthony.
It's such a difference from here to say Wrigley Field, where the Cubs obviously are used to playing, where it's really long down the lines and the gaps are short.
Birdie backhands, and he gets Volpe to the second out.
They have that part of the wall called the well over there. It's like 350 something down the line. So PCA, I'm sure, thought that he got a cheapie here by visiting Yankee Stadium.
Jordan Wicks, one of the 3 lefties in the Cubs bullpen, getting ready. There's Peraza. His infield single, a deep third, started the 3-run rally in the third. Paul, if he could hit a little with his glove, you will not dislodge him at third.
No, he defensively third, short, second, doesn't matter where you put him. He's just got great hands and great instincts as an infielder. So you never worry about his defense.
One and 2. Bottom of the fourth, it's 3-0 Yankees over the Cubs.
If you look at the way he hits, he loads his leg, which is really good, but then it doesn't stay on the backside. Everything starts drifting towards the pitcher, and that's what you don't want. You want to stay back on the ball, let it get to you, and then there's a weight shift as you make contact. But once you start drifting towards the pitcher, then you kind of leave your hands back, and then everything happens a little too quick.
So wouldn't a high leg kick stop him from drifting?
Well, a high leg kick gets you back, and that's
right
where you want to be. But once you're back, you've got to hold that position until you figure out where the pitch is. And if you watch this, he loads very well on the backside, which is great. But then he doesn't hold it. He kind of lunges forward, and then he jammed himself right there.
And he lines out the birdie, so the Yankees go down in order. 1, 2, 3. We're going to the fifth at the stadium. 3-0 Yanks. Now the scoreboard, Yankees lead 3-0. 2-run home run by Cody Bellinger. Took it from 1-0 to 3-0. Bottom third of the order against Rodon. Pitch outside to Turner. Pitch count in good shape for Rodon, just 54 pitches. And the Yankees could use some length because in all likelihood Devin Williams not available.
Right.
After pitching 2 straight days.
Weaver looked good on Wednesday, so that's a welcome sight. But you break down his innings. He had 19 pitches in the second, but the last inning only had 6 because of Aaron Judge's plays.
Caleb Thielbar. Left field. Dominguez. 1 down. Let's check out Coors Light beating the pressure, and Rodon pitching to Escara, and then he pitches to a 2.79 ERA in his 7 starts with JC behind the plate. 13 games with Wells, 3.39.
I was a little surprised, and I'm sure the last outing had something to do with it, that Rodon wasn't originally on the All-Star team, because his numbers have been phenomenal all year. He had the one bad hiccup against the Mets where he gave up 7 runs, but other than that, he's been pretty solid all year.
You look at the 9 wins, and I know they don't pay that much attention to wins anymore. But before the Met outing, he had turned 4 leads over to the bullpen.
Yeah.
And they blew all 4 of them. So, I mean, you'd be looking completely different if he had 13 wins.
Mm-hmm.
Swing and a miss. Bush down on strikes. 6th strikeout. And the 6th Yankee strikeout brought to you by Audi and the 2025 Audi Q6. Visit your local Tri-State Audi dealer today.
That's such a good slider. I mean, you don't pick up the spin very well because it's such, it's so tight at the end, and it's not a big breaking ball, so you don't have time to really adjust to it.
John Birdie takes outside.
He kind of holds that horseshoe, which is a little bit different from a lot of lefties. A lot of people have it on that one seam where they can really pull it down with their index finger. Their middle finger, that is.
1-1 on Birdie. He singled to center and stole a bag in the 3rd inning. Left field. Dominguez puts it away. 9 in a row retired by Rodon. We're halfway through. Yankees up 3-0. Time to name that Yankee. Brought to you by Prevagen, made for your brain. 214 and 191, 3.37 ERA. A lot of strikeouts. So with the Yankees in 81, Cubs in 83 and 84. And he started his career with the Cubs. A long stretch there, and a different logo. New pitcher, Caleb Thielbar. So Dominguez turns around to the right side, and there's a strike. Good numbers. Lefty batters do not hit him well.
Michael, I actually got this one.
Really?
You know why? Because I read the game notes today.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a famous home run in the All-Star game, led off an All-Star game off of this pitcher.
I think I have it too. Yep, we both got it. Good job, Paul. You still haven't made up for the A-Rod.
No, you were supposed to forget that. You keep throwing me under the bus about this. You know what? I had a brain cramp for a while. Audrey was dangling chocolates back there, so I couldn't think.
I know. I get it. 2-2 on Dominguez. Dominguez singled to right center in the 3rd. Tagged up on the sac fly by Judge to right. And then scored on the Bellinger home run. His at-bats from the right side, Paul, much more competitive than they were early.
You know what? I think his whole game is more competitive. He looks better in the outfield. Every once in a while, you'll see a little hiccup. It's so much more comfortable. His left side is just day in and day out, and I agree with you, Michael. Better swings. He just looks like he's getting over trying to force it and just enjoying playing the game again.
Grounded, and a beautiful play by Birdie. Gets to his feet, fires, and they don't get the speedy Dominguez. But what a play by Birdie, who's putting on a show at third base.
That's his second great play. And as soon as I saw this ball, there's no way you're going to have the arm strength from where he is to make a complete throw. So you're going to have to bounce it. And at that point, Dominguez's speed is just faster than the baseball.
Here's Judge, a walk and a sac fly. And a strike. Thielbar is 38 years old. 9th major league season, signed a one-year $2.75 million deal with the Cubs, and that's how he celebrated New Year's Eve. Signed it on New Year's Eve. One and two. Interesting matchup coming up with Bellinger, because lefties are 5 for 51 against Thielbar, but Bellinger actually hits lefties quite well. And Judge down on strikes. Time for the Audi Electric Moments. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local Tri-State Audi dealer today.
Well, what we've seen defensively today, it's been very, very good. So let's take a look at the electric moment. Cody Bellinger with the 2-run homer that put the Yankees up by 3. And of course, we got to add a few more highlights, right?
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of electric moments. One and 0 on Bellinger. Bellinger extended his hitting streak to a career-high 16 straight with the 2-run home run to right. 14th homer of the year, now has 50 ribbies on the season. High drive, right field. Tucker back, track, wall. See ya! What a shot by Bellinger! Another 2-run blast. 5-0 Yanks.
Well, it kind of answers your question, doesn't it, Michael? How's he going to do off a tough lefty?
Well,
another 2-run homer. Cody Bellinger, boy, I tell you what, you take away April, he'd be playing in Atlanta, too.
he still can make a case. First multi-home run game here in Pinstripes. Putting on a show for his old team. Rice takes a strike. One and one. Popped up. 2 outs as Bush makes the play.
Well, ball up in the strike zone, and he has no problem getting to it. Stays tall, stays behind it, stays in there against a lefty. See how he's behind the baseball? Earlier we were looking at Peraza, how he kind of drifts. So Bellinger stay behind and just be able to drive against his front foot and just launch it.
Chisholm fouls it back. A little weird to you. He has 2 home runs and used to watch him run around the clubhouse as a little kid.
You're right. It's fun. Yeah, his father,
dad Clay, is watching.
Yeah, his father was so much fun to play with too. I mean, he knew it wasn't going to start most of the time. He came off the bench a lot, but just, you know, in the clubhouse, on the planes, on the buses, just a fun guy to be around. You know what he did though, Michael?
What's that?
He trained Cody to be a pretty good baseball player. You know that? All around.
One and 2 on Chisholm. Yankees 5 runs on 5 hits. Cubs no runs on 3 hits. Softly up the middle. Swanson there. And that'll do it. But another belly blast. He has 2 tonight. First one came in the 3rd. Celebrated. Now here in the 5th against a tough lefty. Almost into the 2nd deck. After 5, Yankees up by 5. Thank you, Chris. Nico Horner swings at the first pitch. Volpe to Goldschmidt. 1 pitch, 1 out. Rodon is pitching like an all-star.
Unbelievable. I mean, he has got some strikeouts when he needed them. Some first pitch outs. I mean, he is doing everything you would want him to do, knowing that the bullpen is slightly shorter tonight. So far, so good. Only 65 pitches, 1 out here in the 6th.
And he's not doing this against a bad offensive team.
No.
The Cubs average 5.41 runs per game. That's the best in the majors. The Dodgers are next and the Yankees are 3rd, so he's shutting down an offensive machine. One and 1. High fly ball. Oh, this one's easy for Judge. 2 down. Let's go around the majors, Paul. What do you say? Corey Seager for the Rangers. Last 15 games, he's on fire. How about the Red Sox coming alive? They've won 10 of their last 12 games, scoring 100 runs in the process. And George Springer, what a season he's having. Last 9 games, 4-12, 5 home runs, and 13 ribbies.
Well, it kind of started against the Yankees in Toronto. He had a huge series, right?
It was unbelievable, unstoppable.
When you look at that Boston graphic, and you know what, you think you get rid of Devers, things offensively are going to turn around. You're starting to understand more and more why they probably got rid of him. It just seems like things have gone just fine since he left.
Well, certainly gave them some playing time for their young players who they love so much, Meyer and Anthony. Just cleared some spots open. Now, right away when they traded, they kind of took a little bit of a downside. But since then, they've really turned it on. 2-2 on Suzuki. Just 3 hits for the Cubs in 5 2/3 innings against Rodon. Rodon at 73 pitches. If you missed it, named to the American League All-Star team today is Max Fried, who's going to pitch tomorrow and probably wasn't going to start. He has been taken off the roster and replaced by his teammate. Suzuki down on strike. 7th strikeout for Rodon. We played 5.5 in the Bronx. All Yankees 5-0. Out to Yankee Stadium this Sunday, July 13th, as the Yankees take on the Cubs. It's the last game before the All-Star break, and the first 18,000 guests 14 and younger receive a Mo Willems Yankees The Pigeon plush keychain, courtesy of FOCO. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. Montefiore Einstein scoreboard. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Yankees lead 5-0 on the power of two-run home runs by former Cub Cody Bellinger. Jordan Wicks, another pitcher out of the bullpen for Chicago. And then Paul Goldschmidt, who feasts on lefties, he leads off. That one's fouled back. A .410 hitter against left-handed pitching. Coming in, .248 against righties, so he was 0 for 2 against Flexen. Goldschmidt, Escara, and Volpe. Line drive. It is a base hit down the right field line and into the right field corner. Goldschmidt rounds first, heading to second. The throw from Tucker is not in time. It's a leadoff double for Goldschmidt.
As of late, Goldschmidt swinging the bat a lot better. Had a lot of multi-hit games in the last week or so, and just another great swing, four-seam fastball. Stays on it and just lines it down the right field line. That ball's actually behind him when he hits it. He hit it hard.
So here's the Escara. One and 0. Chopped to second. Horner gets the out as Goldschmidt moves to third.
Look at Goldschmidt and just sneaky numbers, because he got up to such a great start. He wasn't hitting a ton of home runs, but high average. Look, career, he got 370 home runs.
Yeah. Cubs bring the infield in for Volpe. 1-0. Volpe with a fly ball to right and a ground ball to third. 1 for 14 on this homestand. Line drive, base hit down the left field line and into the corner. Scoring easily is Goldschmidt. Volpe hustling to second, and he has an RBI double, and the Yankees have a 6-0 lead.
Well, right now, Volpe looks like he wants to pull the ball. This is a changeup. He gets around and just hammers it to left field. Finds a hole down the line. Not a run on the board for the Yankees. Yeah, Michael, I see what you're saying. Now, it seems like we're listening to Billy Joel's greatest hits between innings and hitters there.
49th ribby for Volpe. Here's Peraza. Foul back. Up the middle, off of Wicks. He doesn't know where it is. And Peraza picks up a single, moving to third. Volpe.
Every time you see a good swing or a base hit by Peraza, you're like, is this the start of something? And again, hit it hard. Something like it went off his foot. Keep saying, Peraza's at first base. Volpe's at third. They're getting ready to tack on a few more.
What a hopeless feeling that must be.
The time clock's running. The guy's digging down the line, and you just cannot find the ball.
Yankees have runners on the corners in the top of the order now with Jason Dominguez. Another multi-hit game for Dominguez. 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Swing and a miss. Oh and 2. Foul back. In their short history against the Cubs, Yankees 18-7 and 8-0 in the World Series. Played against them twice in the World Series.
Yeah, back in 1932 and 1938. I think the Cubs thought the Yankees had their number with back-to-back sweeps, huh?
32 was when Babe called the shot, too.
Yeah.
And down goes Dominguez on the changeup. 2 away.
Do you remember the name of the pitcher that Babe?
I believe it's Charlie Root.
You're absolutely right. And the thing why I say that is back in the 30s, that's who he called the shot off. But Charlie Root has the most wins in Cubs history with 201. So he wasn't just somebody out of the bullpen or something, you know.
Yep. 4-4 tie in the 5th. He broke. Next batter, Lou Gehrig. They won back-to-back. Yankees won 7-5. And Judge hits one the other way. Foul. A lot of people debate whether or not he really pointed to center, but why ruin a good story?
I heard like a voiceover of Babe Ruth saying, and I pointed to center. I told him I'm going to hit the next pitch right. So, you know, according to him, that he called it.
Yep, one of the 27 World Championship banners around this ballpark. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Judge down on strikes. Yankees had a run. 3 hits and 2 men left. We'll go to the 7th.
Stop now.
Well, that was the premiere of Cali K.
I like it. See what that education does for you, Callie? Gets you on the air reading things. They don't even try to read with me. They just get them on the mic.
So a special Prime Day read by my 12-year-old daughter. There you go. So we go to the 7th inning on the Ford scoreboard. That is 6-0 Yankees. And I'll tell you what, Paul, obviously the offense and Bellinger's 2 home runs, but Rodon's been extraordinarily good.
Yeah, and you made the point and really touched on that. He's not just throwing it by some team that doesn't score a lot of runs. I mean, this is the best offensive team number-wise in baseball.
And there's a strike to Kelly. Oh, 2. So Kelly, Crow, Armstrong, and Swanson here in the 7th. '77 pitches. Strike 3. He has just flummoxed the Cubs. They're just off balance.
Yeah, right there. I mean, you can see why the way he took that. He's looking for that slider down and in, which Rodon loves to throw with 2 strikes, but he mixed it up. 4-seam fastball up and in.
Here's Pete Crow Armstrong, robbed of a home run by Judge in the 4th. 0-1. Soft ground ball, first base. Going to be a tough play. Rodon beats him to the bag. PCA does not agree.
Got a love fest down there after this.
First base is a meeting place. Ooh.
Uh-oh. You know, it looks like he beat him there, but then he was in between whether he was going to tag him.
His heel, I think, rather than his toe. And that's what might have cost him.
To the back of the bag, too. And I think the indecision of whether to tag him or tag the base, this might be overturned.
Well, the challenge replay is brought to you by Citizens Made Ready. So the crew chief is Adrian Johnson. There's another angle.
He's there in plenty of time.
He's thinking about tagging him, Paul.
Yeah.
You're right. Boy, is that close, huh? I think they're going to overturn it.
You may be right. That's what's on the tunes right now.
Maybe crazy. He had longer spikes.
Yeah, there you go.
You may be wrong. For all I know, you may be right.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. The runner is out.
Wow.
Chicago loses their job.
Look at that.
So you may be crazy too, Michael.
This may be a lunatic. I don't think PCA can believe it. It was worth a challenge. I mean, it was so close. Why not?
You know, we wait up here for the challenges, and you know, we can kind of tell. But could you imagine if you're the video guy saying, "Yes, we need to challenge this"? How, you know, your heart's pounding. You got to try to get it right.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure, and you have to do it in a hurry too, much quicker than it used to be. 0-1 on Swanson. Now 0-2. Gets past Escara. He's asking the umpire, did he tag me or was it the base? I don't think he tagged him, Paul.
No, because he took his eye off to tag him, but then all of a sudden picked up the base, and that's why he hit the backside of it.
Line right at Volpe. Everything going perfect for the Yankees. At the end of 6.5 innings of play, it's time for the 7th inning stretch. Yankees lead 6-0 over the Cubs, but will stay right here as they honor America in the Bronx.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we have your attention, please? At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps. Please direct your attention to the area behind home plate as the New York Yankees welcome our honored military guest, United States Air Force Captain Paul Peter Sedlak from Peekskill, New York, who served during the Vietnam era. The Yankees would like to say thank you for your sacrifice and service to our nation. And now, please join us in singing along with Robert Merrill's rendition of God Bless America.
Well, thank you, guys. Thank you so much. 6-8-0 for the Yanks, 0-3-0 for the Cubs. Flexen went 4. The Cub offense, there have been no runners past second base against Rodon, who's been great. Cody Bellinger, 2 2-run home runs. And he leads off against Jordan Wicks in the pitch outside. He's never had a 3-run or 3-home-run game. He's had 18 multi-home run games. Driven deep to right field. That close as Tucker took a home run away.
Goodness.
Wow.
I'm just going to say, Michael, you asked for a third. Well, he just did it. Well, I guess it's 2.5 because it was. But Tucker made a great play. Wow.
That fan had some of the glove, too. Wow.
I mean, this isn't like earlier in the game. Aaron Judge had a high fly ball and time to get there. Tucker, this was a line drive. Well, you've seen some great defensive plays over the wall here in Yankee Stadium tonight.
Yeah, that's an appropriate reaction. Kind of a sheepish grin by Bellinger, bidding for 3 home runs. Rice swings and misses, 0-2.
Yeah, Michael, even though you've got 2, you're a little chapped right now because you didn't get 3. That was probably the hardest one he hit. Wow. Golfed it out there, but did not elevate it. It was a line drive, and I don't know that from his angle he could tell. Our angle, it's cut and dry. What a play.
Well, he didn't Cadillac. He was running hard. He wasn't sure if it was going to go out, and it didn't. Yeah, that close.
Bellinger said, you know, you started this stuff.
Yeah,
tonight, huh?
he got the idea from you.
See here, Jez, I'll just zip it. I got nothing else to say.
There's a base hit in the center field for Rice. Another guy who's not completely shut down by a left-hander. Support America's military and first responder heroes. Donate $11 a month to the Tunnel to Towers Foundation at t2t.org.
I tell you, if you break down that last at bat from Ben Rice, it's really amazing because he had some really bad swings early in the count. And to be able to turn those off as a young player and just put together a good at bat, that is amazing to me because that ball was rifled up the middle after a really, really weak hack before in the count.
Let's take a look at the exit velocity presented by Spectrum. All of the 17 home runs, the average exit velocity 105.5, average distance 386. An announced crowd of 46,327. That's the 12th sellout of the year here in the Bronx. One and two. There's a base hit to right field. Chisholm on for the third time. 2 walks and a single as Rice advances to second.
Well, the lefties have really had good at-bats against the left-handed pitchers from Chicago. Breaking ball, not a bad pitch. Got down in the strike zone. Chaz just stayed with it.
And now Goldschmidt gets another swing against a lefty. Doubled his last time up. Ground ball through for a base hit. Rice rounds third. He's coming home. And the throw is not nearly in time. It's an RBI single for Goldschmidt. It's 7-0 Yanks.
Well, it's day in and day out with this offense. And Goldschmidt against lefties, too. This ball's hammered to left field. Suzuki bobbles it a little bit, which took away the play at home plate. It looked like Rice was being sent anyway, but he just couldn't get rid of the ball quick enough.
Tommy Hotovy comes out to talk with his pitcher. Katie Sharp has this stat. The Yankees have scored 5 or more runs in 10 straight games. That's their longest streak since July of 2012.
Wow. Yeah, the offense has been rolling, and it hadn't been 1 or 2 guys. It's been pretty much up and down the lineup.
Life moves, and so should your connection. Get fast and reliable speeds on the network that moves with you. Spectrum.
So Goldschmidt with his 35th ribby, his second hit of the night, 2 for 4. Wick still in there. Will face J.C. Escara. We're in the 7th inning, bottom of the 7th, 7-0 Yanks. Now back to the screen. Escara is 0 for 3. Lined out to right. Back to the mound and a ground ball to second. Base hit. Rounding third and heading home is Chisholm. He'll score without a throw. It's an RBI single for Escara. Yankees pouring it on. They lead 8-0.
Another great at bat, a lefty on lefty. Escara just stays in there. Pick up the ball late and just put it in play. Finds the left field line. If you look at Ascara from line to line, first time up, line drive to right field. This time line drive down the left field line.
There's Volpe, RBI double inside third in the 6th inning. So he's 1 for 3. Picked up his 49th ribby. First and second, still 1 out. Soft ground ball, second base. There's 1. That's all they'll get. Moving to third is Goldschmidt. So first and third with 2 outs. And here's Peraza. He's 2 for 3, and the other time he lined out to third base. One and 0. Yankees won the final game of the Mets series. They won all 3 against Seattle, now trying for 5 in a row. 23rd game with 8 or more runs, tied for the most in the season with the Cubs and the Dodgers. And did the season turn with the double play by Bellinger at Citi Field?
You know, we talked about it so much that day, and it just like certain plays can have after effects, good and bad. And obviously that had an unbelievable effect on the way this team ended up winning that game and then rolling into this homestand before the All-Star break.
Still 1 and 2.
You know,
I mean, at the time, things were going so poorly. They got swept by Toronto. They lost the first 2 games against the Mets. And if that Soto line drive gets past them,
bad things are going to happen. And the funny thing about some of the exciting plays recently is you get excited and then you got to hold back a little bit. The game last night, the catch by Bellinger.
catches.
About that.
Glove is a many splendored thing. What a play by Judge taking a home run away. But all's fair. Tucker does it to the Yankees and Bellinger. Nothing like a glove story here in the Bronx. Bullpen budget brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. They used 4 pitchers last night, but they did not even have to get anybody up tonight. You would think that Williams is probably out of the equation, and Beater after throwing 40. Everyone else, well, maybe they get the night off. You never know. 0-2 on Justin Turner. Turner is 1 for 2. We're in the 8th inning. It's 8-0 Yankees. A 3-hit shutout to this point by the left-hander Carlos Rodon. Up the middle, Chisholm. Oh, what a pick! And he throws to first, and it's picked by Goldschmidt to get Turner.
I just think you're seeing a great transition back to second base by Chisholm, and he is just doing great things at the plate and defensively. I mean, in between hop, he's so athletic. He knows, you know, he can just flip it over there and bounce it. Gives Goldschmidt a much easier play.
Got some nice defense behind him. There's Michael Busch.
It's 19 out of 26 now. First pitch strikes. Rodon, he's pitched unbelievably well tonight, and it's by getting ahead and using his bread and butter slider, fastball.
You saw that stat, 7 1/3. This is his 3rd year with the Yankees. This is his longest start. Two and 1 on Michael Busch. Are they saying that's a foul ball?
Yeah, I don't think Bush knew what to do. I think the ball hit the bat.
Well, they're going to take a look at it.
It looked like it hit the knob of the bat.
Right.
I think they were hoping for a little graze on the forearm, but you just don't see it. The spin of the ball did not change until it hit the knob of the bat.
I think they're just taking a shot in the dark here. I can't see that being overturned.
It's a difference between me and Greg Counsell.
Call on the field stand, foul ball.
I'm down 8-0, and it's like, you know what?
You're thinking about dinner.
Well, I'm thinking about, you know, the Bush didn't act like it hit him in the hand, and I'm just like, all right, let's just keep going.
So they use both their challenges to no avail. 3-2. Season high for pitches for Rodon is 105. And Bush, that's the first walk for Rodon. The first walk. Stay tuned tonight after Yankees coverage for the best of Talking Yanks, presented by your local Ford stores. Get the top talking points from the week in Yankees universe, including John Boy's banter with Aaron Boone. That's tonight after the postgame on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. And we don't want to forget about Jake, John Boy and Jake. One 1-0 to Birdie. And now Ascara wants to talk with Rodon. See some stirring in the Yankee bullpen, so Jonathan Loaisiga gets up. Well, let's check out tonight's injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Clark Schmidt underwent Tommy John surgery today. He's going to miss the rest of the season, obviously, probably most of next season. Since last season, 9-9, 3.07 in 30 starts. He was a very dependable middle-of-the-rotation guy for the Yankees, and he will be missed. Hope his recovery goes well. That must be such a scary proposition. Imagine if you play piano and you have to have surgery in your hands. I mean,
yeah,
this is his livelihood, man.
For the most part, it always goes well, but, you know, there's always something in the back of your mind, you know.
2-2 as Birdie swings over the slider.
And I was wondering when we saw him on the bench the other night, you know, the surgery hadn't been done. It's been said it was going to be done. So do you wait for the swelling to get out before you do the surgery, or what it is? It's not like you just go in the next day, you know.
Ground ball. Let's see if they turn two. There's one. Not in time.
Done correctly. It's just a long way to get around that field for a double play. Peraza takes his time. Good feed to Jed.
You can see that Chisholm wanted that one. Here's Nico Horner. One 1-0. He's at 100 pitches. Allowed 3 hits, struck out 8, and walked 1. Two and 1. Now the Cubs used their one challenge for the play at first. It was not successful, so they lost it. Now after the 7th inning, you can ask an umpire to take a look at something, and that's exactly what they did on what we thought was a hit batter. That one gets past Judge. Backing up is Bellinger. He'll get the ball in. So Horner with a single. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. And that's going to do it. As you can see, Rodon might be running out of gas just a little bit. And he's going to get quite the ovation from this sellout crowd. Leaving him in. How about that?
Little pep talk.
Well, Loaisiga thought he was coming in. Almost tackled there by Mike Harkey. Nope. So they want the lefty against the lefty Tucker. Tucker 1 for 3 against Rodon. Good slider. 0-1.
Again, that slider on the horseshoe of the baseball. Great breakaway. Very hard for the hitter to pick up.
One and one. Did not go. So now at 106 pitches, that's a new season high for Rodon. And the pitch. That slider still cooking. $46,327, most of them standing, looking for strike 3. Tucker calls time, kind of unplugs the crowd. And the count is full. So Horner will go from first. Goldschmidt backs up behind him. 3-2, 2 outs. Runner at third, Birdie stays put. Rodon sets. And the payoff. That one's driven to right field. On the run is Judge. And he dives. And he makes the play. Aaron Judge makes the play. Another sparkler by the Yankee captain. Woo!
And this one hurts, Michael. That is not soft grass right there. But you know what? Aaron Judge know what this meant? To get Carlos through this inning. Wow, a great play will do it.
And Rodon's waiting for him to come from the outfield. Thank you very much, he says. Crowd still buzzing after the play by Judge, and Dominguez leads off against Wicks.
Well, again, you're not going to slide on the grass here. I mean, that dirt is hard. It's like sandpaper, but it meant a lot to Aaron Judge. Everybody on that field knew that Carlos Rodon needed one more out to get through that 8th inning and the end of his night.
And Dominguez down on strikes. And here's Judge. And he had put on a show. Leather and grace. And then here's the cherry on top. Boy, does that change the whole complexion of Rodon's outing?
I mean, he was phenomenal, but it just shows you how much in tune that Aaron Judge is to make that play to get him through that 8th inning. I think he just got a ticket to the DH spot tomorrow. He's been running and doing some things out there in right field tonight.
Walk, a sac fly, and 2 strikeouts of Judge. He has 79 ribbies. Three and 0. Taking all the way, 3-1. So Wicks in his 3rd inning of work. Three and 2. And the payoff. He walked the crowd groans. They want to see him swing the bat.
Yep.
Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees, and by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. Well, here's Bellinger. 2 home runs, just missed the 3rd. Thanks to Tucker. 1-0. They are not holding Judge at first base. Bush playing behind him. High fly ball, right field. Tucker back. He's on the track. So is the center fielder who leaps, and that ball is gone. It's a 2-run home run by Bellinger, his 3rd home run of the night. Oh, what a night for Bellinger. It is 10-0 Yanks.
Michael, he almost lost another one. Are you kidding me? That would have been 4 tonight. Well, at least he got 3. Off the bat, I thought this was way gone. And all of a sudden, Pete Crow Armstrong comes flying in. And you had to wait and see if this one got taken away again.
I don't think he can believe it. Slow roller up the first baseline. It kicks foul.
You know, the weird thing is Aaron Judge has to kind of play it like you don't know if it's gone or not.
Well, curtain call.
And, you know, Cody Bellinger hustles out of the box. The last thing you want to do is see him go flying by Judge, and he's out.
Right. For a moment there, he thought he got robbed again.
Then he stopped. He didn't know what to do.
So close to a 4-home run game.
Wow. Wow, what an effort.
What a catch by the fan. That is the 43rd 3-home run game in Yankee history, including the postseason, done by 30 different players.
So, Michael, I always thought about this. A 4-home run game, it's been done 19 times. A perfect game has been done 24 times. It's harder to hit 4 home runs in a perfect game, and we just saw it, but one of them was taken away from Cody Bellinger.
Yep. Rip foul.
Boy, off the bat, just got towards the label enough, but off the bat, I thought this was way gone. It's a nice little souvenir right there. Cody Bellinger's 3rd home run of the game.
Kid earned it, made quite a catch. Look at that.
Oh.
It's not an easy play. He had a ball in his other hand, too. Rice works it full. Can't be hotter than that guy right now.
Wow.
What an at-bat for Rice. That'll go into the corner. Tucker plays it out there. And Rice has himself a double. So these are the rare feats in baseball. A 20 or more strikeout game, there's been 6 of them. 15 unassisted triple plays, 19 4-home run games. Paul's telling you about that. Perfect games, 24. 6-hit games, 173. No-hitters, 326. And cycles, 350. He came that close to joining that group. And this is the catch that stopped him from being part of that exclusive group. Now, that's obviously progressing with the fallacy of the predetermined outcome. If that goes out, does he hit that same ball here in the 8th inning? But we're having fun, Paul. Why can't we do that?
You know what? The Yankees are winning 10-0. If we can't have a little fun up here now, there's something wrong. Huh?
Clemens telling Wicks, you've got to look at Jazz Chisholm.
You know, a week ago, everybody's so down on the Yankees. And, you know, a week later here, you go through a time like this where the offense is exploding. One of your all-star pitchers is unhittable, shutting down the Cubs, the best offensive team on paper in baseball.
And now he gets a chance to enjoy it on his iPad.
That's right.
Babe used to do that all the time.
I hope he gets the call, too. I hope he gets to hear your voice say, see you. Huh?
I don't think they get the voice on that. Pete Crow Armstrong will make the play in right center. Tagging and going to third is Rice. And he'll make it. Well, Sunday on Yes, watch a new episode of Homegrown, The Path to Pinstripes, and catch summertime heroics with the Somerset Patriots. Plus, don't miss the moment Spencer Jones got the call up to AAA. He keeps hitting home runs. That's Sunday after the Yankees coverage on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. So here's Goldschmidt, another bat against a lefty. You know, one thing that the Yankees should pick up, take nothing for granted with Armstrong, Crow Armstrong. He's going to make that throw. Even if it's a 10-0 game and you're tagging up, he's going to try to get you.
I was just noticing, I mean, that was a strong throw from almost at the warning track. Another thing I was thinking, Michael, is he has burnt through a lot of his left-handed relievers tonight because the Yankees have put up so many runs. So, you know, you can kind of stack it tomorrow with lefties.
And they have one other lefty in the bullpen that has not been used, Drew Pomeranz. They use Thielbar, and obviously Wicks has been used so much, you're not going to see him the rest of the series. Line drive. Another base hit against a left-hander. 3 hits for Goldschmidt. He's going for 2. The throw from Suzuki is not in time. Rice scores another RBI for Goldschmidt, and it's 11-0 Yankees.
Well, there's good at bat after good at bat from Paul Goldschmidt, especially against lefties. You know, he just hangs out over that plate, and he's quick enough to get to that ball inside, straight to the ball. Another run. Another good at bat.
Scarra fouls it back. Yankees scored 3 in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, 3 here in the 8th. You add it up, it's 11 runs. One and one. One-two on a Scarra. Scarra an RBI single his last time up. He's 1 for 4, but he has to feel very good the way Rodon pitched.
Yeah, it seems like they're really on the same page. You didn't see Rodon shake off a lot. They were a great game, good sequences. He did everything right tonight.
Right side, corner, puts it away, and that'll do it. But what a night for the former Cub. That's home run number 1. That's home run number 2. What comes after that? Home run number 3. It's a home run hat trick. That sort of night for Cody Bellinger. The curtain call is in order. Yankee. Those are the clues. Long time with the Cubs, 1 year with the Yankees, back with the Cubs, Pirates, Giants, and it's Rick Russell.
He's started the All-Star game in Anaheim when I was talking about Bo Jackson hit a prodigious home run off of him to lead off the game. And I think Wade Boggs then went back-to-back, right?
I don't remember. Yeah, I guess he did. He was a tremendous athlete for a big man. And there's the home run that Paul's talking about. 3-time All-Star, 2-time Gold Glove winner, 2 finishes in the top 3 for Cy Young, and acquired from the Yankees, or by the Yankees from the Cubs, from Mike Griffin and Doug Bird.
I remember facing him in San Francisco when he was with the Giants. I was with the Reds, and that's back before the DH. And you said it, he was a good hitter.
Mm-hmm.
He and Don Robinson on that staff were the 2 best hitters in the league as pitchers.
Here's Vidal Brujan pinch hitting for Suzuki against former Cub Scott Efros. Line drive. It is a base hit down the right field line and into the corner. Judge will play it out there, and Brujan with a pinch hit double. Upcoming schedule brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. We are back at it again right here on Yes tomorrow at 1:05 with the first pitch. Sunday it's a 1:35 first pitch start. Then the All-Star break off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The All-Star game is on Tuesday. And the Yankees start on the road with 3 in Atlanta and then 3 in Toronto.
We're not calling that one on Tuesday, Michael.
No.
I don't have it?
No, we didn't have that good of a first half.
I thought this was our year.
Reese McGuire, soft ground ball. Peraza gets him for the first out. Well, fans, stay tuned after the final out for tonight's WB Mason Yankees postgame, as Chris Sheeran and Jack Curry will have highlights and analysis. Justin Shackle gets player interviews in the clubhouse. We'll hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. That's all coming up next on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. That guy pitched some game. 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, 109 pitches. About to pick up his 10th victory. Longest outing as a Yankee. Matt Shaw will pinch hit for PCA. So Counsell emptying his bench. They managed to salvage the final game of a 3-game set against the Twins. 8-1 yesterday. But this first game of the 3 against the Yankees not going so well. High fly ball. Dominguez. And the Cubs are down to their final out. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. You know that Bellinger's going to want to disseminate.
You know what? 2 outs in the 9th. You're cutting it close here.
This is the third 3-home run game for a Yankee this season. That's the first time that's happened in franchise history. Dansby Swanson. Dominguez and Judge the others. Let's look at those 3 home runs. Statcast 3D by Google Cloud. All over 100 exit velocity. Pretty similar distances. The 8th inning won the longest, 380. The 0-2 just missed. 1-2. Must feel so good after the Cubs traded him to have this kind of game, and that did just miss. Did he go? Yes, he did. Swanson down on strikes, and the Yankees with a combined shutout against the Cubs, and Cody Bellinger, one of the best games of his career. His first 3-home run game just missed by an eyelash. A 4-home run game. What a night for the Yankees. What a night for Bellinger.
Yeah, I mean, Rodon kind of set the table for the Yankee offense that has been exploded lately. I mean, you've got guys on the bench that are hot that can't even get in the lineup. Everybody's swinging the bat well. What a way to start this homestand. First 4 under the Yankees' belt.
Well, they've won now 5 in a row. And a big part of it is that guy with a 16-game hitting streak working. And boy, he entered that 16th game in big time. Runs, you think it's an offensive night, but boy, defense played a big role.
Well, Aaron Judge, he stole a home run there, then a diving catch in front, and then to help Carlos Rodon get through that 8th. An ending inning play there. Aaron Judge does so many good things other than hit home runs. Defensive being one of them.
Now the offense has been great during the 5-game winning streak. Average 8.4 runs per game, hitting .330 as a team, 11 home runs, and a .413 average with runners in scoring position. Yeah, you'll win games with those offensive numbers. In fact, they've won 5 in a row. Well, we got the big award coming up. Who's it going to be? Might it be Bellinger? Could Rodon steal it? Oh, you have to stick around to find out.